Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I have a practice that you can take on the road. So, this practice today is one that is designed specifically for giving yourself some relief after you are traveling to any sort of holiday related destination. So, whether you take a plane or a train or an automobile, this practice and really all of the exercises within it are designed to give your body just a little bit of relief after maybe sitting in a car or sitting in an airplane seat or sitting on a train where you're just hunched over and crunched in and your body feels contracted and tight. All of this will help to open up space in your body and give you a little bit of room to breathe and stretch and just to feel a little bit more grounded as you head into whatever holiday events you are heading to. So let's get right into it, and I will see you on the other side. So, before we get started, I just want to note that I am wearing clothes that might not look as traditional for movement. Yes, they are a little bit flowy, but these are not clothes that I would typically do yoga in or work out in. These are clothes that I would go to the grocery store in or travel in. I would wear these on a plane, I would wear them on a long car trip. I would wear them, to go visit family, and I want to look nice but still feel relatively comfortable. And I wanted to just show you that what we're doing today, you can do wearing pretty much anything, even jeans. I know I'm not wearing jeans, but I did want to give you something just a little bit more realistic, in terms of what you might be wearing when you are traveling. So just keep in mind that everything that we are doing today is designed to be easy to do when you are on a road trip, when you are going to be on a plane for a long time, when you're going to be sitting for a long time and wearing totally normal clothes. Now, I also do have a chair because so much of what you might do when you are traveling, you might not have a place that you can stand easily. And so there are quite a few things that we are going to do with a chair so that you can see that all of these are things that you can do, like if you're in an airport and you've got like one of those chairs, you can do these exercises on these, like if you are taking a break at a rest area, any number of things, and you really feel like busting a move in front of lots of people in public, right? Or, if you are visiting someone and you just sort of sneak off into a side room to move your body, there's very likely going to be a chair there. So the chair is here because you are going to be using it. So make sure that you have a chair. And we'll get right into it. Okay. Now, the first thing that we're going to do, you imagine that you've like just, you know, gotten out of the car, you've been driving for a long time, or you've just gotten off of a plane and you're in a place that you can move, and you're going to do some leg swings. So you just swing your left leg forward and back a little bit. Your arms are going to swing with you. Like you can try not swinging your arms, but it feels weird. And this is just to bring a little bit of movement back to your body, right? After you've been in a sitting position, perhaps for a long time. Okay, and then go ahead and switch your legs. So you can swing your right leg, and you can keep it really low and chill. Think you're in an airport and you don't want to draw too much attention to yourself, or you can make it really big and let your arms be really big and just, play. This is how do you want your body to feel? You can vary it, right? And just see. Woo! You might lose your balance. That happens to the best of us. Okay, and then go ahead and put your right foot down, and we'll just do some little leg circles. So you can stand on your right leg and just circle your left leg. If balance is an issue, do not grab the plant nearest to you because it will not support you, but you can, and I'm going to turn because that is the best place to grab this chair. You can grab a chair, put your hand on a wall, go in the other direction if you haven't already. Again, just bringing some mobility back to your hips. And then switch legs. So you're standing on your left leg, circle the right. Now, when I think of circling, I'm thinking that I'm moving my femur bone in my hip socket. So if I'm just like circling, right, it's like I'm trying to draw a circle. That's not what you're doing. You are articulating your femur bone in your hip socket. Go the other direction. Ooh. Yes, holding on to something for balance is really useful. I'm holding on to my pelvis just so I can show the articulation of my leg. You don't have to do that, okay? And then just give your whole body a little shake. Now, you're gonna come back down to sit. I know. But you're gonna be on the edge of your chair, and you can do this in a couple of different ways, but we're gonna do some seated cat-cow. So instead of like coming all the way down to the floor, which again might feel a little weird in an airport, or if you're taking a break, do this on a chair and you round your back toward the back of the chair, and then you arch and stretch away from it. And just curl in, head and chin toward your chest, rounding back, and arch away. And with your hands on your knees, you can put a little bit of pressure to create some of that dynamic movement. Ugh. Yeah. And just move. Now, I'll show you another way to do this in just a moment, but since you are sitting in the chair, you can stop that cat-cow in the chair, and instead you're going to turn your body to the sides. The side of your body is facing the back of the chair, and you're going to grab the back of the chair with both hands and just a little bit of twist. Okay? So you're just rotating your spine toward the chair. Doesn't have to be a big deal, and you don't want to like wrench your body. Just plant your feet on the floor, feel solid on the ground, and just very gently rotate. So that you might be looking back over your left shoulder, but you also might just be looking out straight over your chest. Okay, and then coming back to center. Now, if you have a chair that doesn't have a back, right, you can bring your hands down to the bottom of the chair, or even your hands to your own legs. So if you're sitting on a bench, you can do this here. And again, just create a little bit of spinal rotation. Okay. And then coming back to center. So whether you have a chair back or a chair bottom, you can do it both ways. Now you're going to come back up to stand and put your left foot up on the chair. Now all you're going to do here is shift forward a little bit, so you're bending your knee, and shift back so that you straighten your leg. Ball of your left foot might lift, it might not. It depends on whether or not you're wearing shoes, right, and how comfortable you are there, but just bend, shift forward, and straighten. And the ball of my left foot is coming up as I bend and straighten. Just a little. Now, the reason that I'm not putting my hands down is that if I hold on to my thigh, it's a lot easier. If I reach for the chair and I go to straighten, that's just asking a lot more of my body. Okay, and then go ahead and switch your legs. Right foot comes up to the chair and you shift forward, so it's a deeper bend, and you shift back, so you straighten, ball of the right foot comes up. Okay. Ooh. It might get a little wobbly there, like I just did. Totally normal. It's totally fine. Oh. All right, and then take your right foot down. Now, this next one that we're going to do is just one that for me feels really good, but it might not work for you, and that's okay, and I'll give you an alternative if it doesn't. So you can interlace your fingers behind your back and just stretch. Right? Pulling your arms back as you lift through your chest. Okay, now if that doesn't work and you have a scarf, you could hold on to your scarf. I'm going to grab this blanket, which is not a scarf, but I do have a scarf. Hang on. I do. I just saw it. Okay, so I have the scarf. So if you're traveling, it's perfect. And you just take it behind your back and hold where you can easily grab and lift through your chest. And if you've been traveling for a long time, hunched over a wheel or like slumped in a seat, just doing something where you can take your arms behind your back and lift up. Doesn't matter. See, this is how wide my hands are here, right? They can be as wide as you need, right? Just opens up your chest. Now, the very last thing that we're going to do, absolute last thing, so I'm going to flip this chair around. I'm going to go around to the back. We're going to do what is often, I usually call it wall dog. You can do this against a wall, but I'm using the chair here. I'm going to imagine that it's a wall so that you can see as though I was pressing my hands into the wall and stretching my hips back. Okay, that's what's happening. Now, if you are using the chair, you can rest your forearms on the chair, give your knees a bend, and stretch back through your hips. And let your head be heavy. Notice though, like you got to be careful. You have to make sure, that your chair is anchored. This one is not. So you don't want to pull it with you. Okay, you can also go further down. So I'm going to flip it around. So if you don't have the ability to hold onto the back of the chair, you can rest your forearms on the seat of the chair. You give your knees a bend. Again, just stretch back. The idea here is to make sure your knees are bent as your hips are reaching back behind you. And it's just a really nice stretch for your low back and for your entire spine. So chair dog, wall dog, airport dog, travel dog, whatever you want to call it. Make sure that you're not rounding here. It's not a cat-cow. It's a big stretch through your spine. And then you can come on up, keeping your knees bent as you come up to stand. And that's really it. Those are just a handful of poses that you can do. You don't have to do all of them at once. Doing them one right after the other is just the easiest way to show you. It's not in a particular sequence, right? It is just a way to just ease some of the tension and stress of travel. Of course, if you do like doing those all together, it takes about 10 minutes, a little less actually, because I was talking a lot at the beginning. So it takes about 8.5 minutes. So pretty easy to move through really, really quickly and just give your body a little bit of relief after you've been traveling. So thank you so much for joining me on the mat. I hope that the practice that we did today gave you just some relief and helped your body feel really open and really good and a little bit more stress-free, but that it also gave you some things to do when you are traveling and when you really need to stretch out your body after a long trip. Now, like I said, this practice is designed so that you could do it in an airport terminal. You could do it while you are sitting and waiting for the next train. You can do it when you go to a rest stop if you are feeling brave and have some good, hand wipes, right? The whole purpose of this practice is to not just give you a practice that you can do, but to give you individual exercises that you can just pull out when you need a little bit of relief. So these don't have to be done all together. You could do them one at a time. You can do the ones that you really like and sort of skip the ones that didn't feel as good. You could do these, at any point during your holidays as a way to give yourself relief. And in fact, these shorter practices, these single exercises are really intended for the holidays when life feels really chaotic and overwhelming and stressful and you don't have a lot of time and you still want to move your body because you know that moving your body makes you feel better. So just use this particular practice and these mini exercises within it to give yourself permission to do tiny little movement breaks when you are feeling a little bit of that holiday stress overload. And if you need more things like this, in the month of December, I am offering a month-long program called The Power of One. It is a completely free program in which I send you a video every single day for an entire month, and it is a single exercise, a single yoga pose, a single action that you can do in under 2 minutes so that you can give your body a little bit of movement without a lot of time or fuss or props or whatever that you need. It's as simple as it could possibly get, which I think is exactly what we need during the holidays. You don't want it to be complicated. Life is already complicated during the holidays. Power of One will make it so easy for you to move your body every single day and feel a little bit less stressed because of it. So if you want to join Power of One, like I said, it's totally free. There is a link in the caption below to get you all signed up and ready to go. So whether or not you do the Power of One with me, I am so glad that you're here, and I really do hope that this practice makes your holidays a little bit easier and sweeter, and so that your body feels better when you are traveling. Thank you for being here with me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.